Vivian irritated everyone and anybody she came into contact with. We got some salty, some sweet, and we got some Vivian. 2 international journeys also began in the midst of it all, with different degrees of success and excitement. The Friday cliffhanger with Gwen and Kristen on Days of Our Lives, however, may have been the biggest triumph. Consider it a surprise, but I'm looking forward to Monday. Cute, but insignificant. I'm going to start off this week with some light reading from Dick Van Dyke. Don't get me wrong, it's sweet, but I understand why it's going by so rapidly. Van Dyke wasn't a cast member. He was just dropping by for a visit. But it's difficult to become emotionally immersed in something as significant as John's father moving through at this rapid a pace. I still can't complain too much about it because, well, Dick Van Dyke. Let's go. Drake Hodgeston, who works out at the same gym as Van Dyke, brought up the notion of watching his first soap opera, which is stunt casting, but even the way it happened was adorable. Second, John now has a real family and what appears to be a love relationship with his father, which, given that Van Dyke won't be there anymore, I assume will develop off-screen. It's far past 2. However, I would have preferred a more substantial plot and a stronger link to the other parts of the painting. It was truly blink and you miss it. A sad story once more. I'm losing sympathy for Sean. He's written as being less than sympathetic and way too into the poor me crap, which I suppose is necessary in order to drive Belle away. I assume this is how we'll be losing Martha Madison. However, it's awfully difficult for his supporters to empathize with his plight. On my 2023 bingo card, however, I did not have Sean and Talia hooking up. Yes, they're tangentially connected, but that surprised me out of the blue. Another reason to turn Belle away. However, I'm attempting to determine what Sean will face after she leaves and I'm left with nothing. Since she won't be staying either, he and Talia won't be together. Wait, what? I'm aware now. Jan will return with Sean's unborn child. But please, God, don't try to redeem her. Be a brief blip, and then find Sean something else to do. London is ringing. Either you adore Susan or you hate her. There doesn't appear to be much in between, so even though her return to Days of Our Lives was inevitable, I'm sure it's stirring up some intense emotions. But it can't last forever. Kristen typically isn't around more when Susan is, and vice versa, unless Kristen is quickly going to take a sabbatical. But of the two, I believe Susan is superior in moderation, particularly now that Kristen's arch-villainy has recently been reduced a bit once more, and Susan's psychic abilities are picking back up. Regarding the Elva and Harris matters, I won't discuss it further. I think that's all I have to say. Ties to family. Regarding what transpired in Greece to cause Victor to alter his will, I have a ton of possibilities. The idea that Isabella is still alive exists. The Xander is his son theory is the next. But what if Justin was indeed his son in disguise? I believe one relationship that fans would like to see succeed is that one. Justin had already known Victor as his father, and the two had been the Kyriakises ever from the inception of the family. It's not as if they are depriving us of a meaningful relationship with Justin's parents, who we have never met. He ought to take over as head of the family from Victor. Why not formally declare it? The fact that Wally Kurth and John Aniston would never engage in combat would be a drawback, though. However, I'm not sure if they'd go there, given that it would ideally involve a lot more. Justin and Kurth will still be dividing his time between Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. Additionally, it appears that Kurth might be busy in Port Charles for a while with the recent announcement that Rena Sofer would reprise her role as Lois to his Eddie Main. Nevertheless, given how far in advance Days films, we might have an extra 5 months of Justin's stay in Salem before they catch up to General Hospital. Whatever the revelation, it must be significant enough to cause Vivian to release her hold on Victor's legacy. Finally, Days of Our Lives pacing has occasionally drove me insane, but for the majority of the week, I was genuinely happy for the Leo/Dimitri/Gwen respite. We desperately needed it, and getting into it just in time to coincide with Vivian's arrival was a welcome shock that helped it escape the rut it had fallen into. My favorite situations involve putting troublemakers like her, Dimitri, Kristen, Stefan, and Gabby in the same room. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.